What's up guys, Jesse here, and today I've got the Amazon Echo Buds Gen 2 and the Airpods Pro. And on paper, these two actually have a lot in common. They're both wireless noise cancelling earbuds with transparency mode, wireless charging cases, rubber tips, and the list just goes on. But the reason that reviews like mine exist is that the specs on paper don't always necessarily translate to what it's like to actually use these products in the real world. So today we're going to be comparing these two wireless noise cancelling earbuds, and hopefully by the end of this video you're going to have a better idea of which one is the better fit for you. So let's start this off by talking about the cases, and they are very similar. I'm not going to say that Amazon copied Apple or anything like that, but I mean there's only so many ways that you can make a tiny earbud case, and this tends to be one of the better methods for me. I find those ones that open more like a clamshell to be very hard to open one-handed, and thankfully neither of these have that issue and are very easy to open with one hand. For fidgeters like me though, one thing that remains of utmost importance with these earbuds is the satisfaction that you get from opening and closing the cases. And I gotta say that in this area, the AirPods are still king. Now, the Echo Buds aren't bad by any means. They're actually one of the better ones I felt, but the AirPods are just really good. The hinge on the AirPods case just feels a lot more solid. I mean, they use metal for that portion versus the plastic on the Echo Buds, so it makes sense. And they've also got a lot more mass in the lid. And the combination of those two things is what I think makes the AirPods case feel so satisfying. The AirPods case also has an advantage in size as well. It's a bit taller than the Echo Buds case, but it's both less wide and, more importantly, thinner, making it much more comfortable to fit into a pant pocket, which is how I normally carry earbuds around. They also both have wireless charging, but the Echo Buds charge via the bottom while the AirPods charge via the back, which I just feel like makes a little bit more sense because you can use those inclined wireless chargers that are meant for phones without it falling off. Not really a big deal if you don't have one of those, but just something to think about. Now onto the buds themselves, the AirPods have this toothbrush-like design that a lot of people seem to dislike, while the Echo Buds go for a relatively safe circular design. And as far as looks go, I never really minded the AirPods design where it just comes out of the ears a little bit, but if it really bothers you, the Echo Buds are a safe bet. I just really wish that they had left the logo off the buds just because it really looks like they just slapped it on there as an afterthought, and I really think it looks cleaner without it anyways. Looks are of course subjective though, and you can decide for yourself which one you like the look of better. Comfort wise, I personally prefer the AirPods, but both are pretty good. I just like how the part that actually goes into your ear on the AirPods is a little bit smaller, and you get a little bit less of that plugged up feeling that you get with these types of earbuds. They also do both have ventilation ports on the outside of the earbuds just to relieve some of that pressure that might build up inside of your ears, but I feel like the AirPods definitely manage it a little bit better. It is worth noting though that both of these will cause discomfort for your ears over longer listening sessions, but when I was switching between the two, I just noticed that with the AirPods I got more of that not even wearing it type of feeling. Like with the Echo Buds, they're still comfortable, but you can definitely tell that you're shoving something that's a lot larger into your ear. Now on to fit, I would say that both are about equal and both are pretty good. I can go on runs and work out with either of these and not have to worry about it. And by the way, both of these have IPX4 water resistance, so you can sweat worry-free with them as well. The Echo Buds also come with some secure fit wings that you can put on there, but I found that they just didn't really do all that much for me, and they're also incredibly hard to get on and off, so I just ended up not using them. And of course, the fit and comfort on these are just my experience with my ear shape, so your mileage may vary. Now moving on, both of these also have touch controls, with the Echo Buds having touchpads on the earbuds that you can single, double, or triple tap to play, pause, skip, and reverse, while holding them will toggle on transparency mode and active noise cancellation. The AirPods can also do all of that, but instead of having touchpads, you have 4 sensors on the stem that you squeeze to activate. Personally, I prefer the ones on the AirPods a little bit more just because they're a little bit harder to accidentally press and just more reliable overall. Like on the Echo Buds, because the touch controls are on the main body of the earbuds themselves, anytime you adjust the earbuds, it's very easy to accidentally bump them and mess with whatever you're listening to. But with the AirPods, the controls are more out of the way and you need pressure on both sides of the stem as opposed to just one, so accidental touches are pretty much a non-issue. Now onto the features of these buds. Both of these actually have a lot of the same offerings, one of the main ones of course being noise cancellation. Both of them keep that pressure sensation that usually comes with active noise cancellation down to a minimum, and both do a reasonably well job at canceling out those lower pitched noises like engine noises and fans. But as far as efficacy goes though, the ANC on the AirPods is definitely stronger and blocks out more noise than the Echo Buds. And that isn't to say that the ANC on the Echo Buds is bad, it's just that the AirPods do it exceptionally well. The AirPods also take the lead in transparency mode, with sounds coming across as just sounding a lot more natural. And honestly, I felt like I could just leave it on and not worry about it. The transparency mode on the Echo Buds was okay, but I felt like it amplified those higher pitched noises a little bit too much, to the point that they sounded very off and really irritating if you left it on for a longer period of time. As far as the rest of the features go though, the Echo Buds offer a lot more customization with the Alexa app. You can go in there to mess with the EQ to get the sound to your liking, as well as adjusting the sound of your own voice into the earbuds when you're using the mic so you know how loud you are and you aren't yelling. While on the AirPods, you can get access to some more of their features without having to download any app, but only if you own an iPhone. One of the biggest ones being spatial audio, which I found to be pretty cool, but also something that I almost never use. Something I do use more though is that if you have multiple Apple devices like a MacBook and an iPad, you can have the AirPods connect to all of them simultaneously. Or more accurately, it'll actually be able to intelligently choose which one you're actually using without any action on your part. And it worked pretty well for the most part, but I found that a lot of the times it would have trouble figuring out which one I was actually using. Like I would be watching a video on my MacBook and then it would switch to my iPad for no apparent reason. But when it does work, that feature is super useful and I find myself using it all the time. And just in case you were curious how the mics on these sound, I'll include a mic test right here so you guys can hear for yourself, and I'll use this as a chance to tell you guys about the battery specs. Alright, so the audio you're hearing right now is coming from the mics on the Echo Buds Gen 2. And like I just said, I'm going to take this as a chance to give you guys the battery specs of these two earbuds. So for the Echo Buds, you've got 5 hours in the buds with 2 more charges in the case, and a quick charge feature for 2 more hours of playback with a 15-minute charge. And now the audio you're hearing is coming from the mics on the Airpods Pro, and just like before, I'll use this as a chance to tell you about the battery specs. So on the Airpods Pro, you've got 4.5 hours in the buds themselves with about 4 more charges in the case, with a quick charge feature for 1 more hour of playtime with a 5-minute charge. Alright, so that was the mic test, and personally I thought the AirPods Pro sounded better, but you guys can let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And now finally, with that out of the way, we can talk about what you guys have probably been waiting this whole video for. How do these guys sound? And this comparison really surprised me because of how close it was. But I gotta say that overall, the AirPods Pro do sound a little bit better, but it really was super close. Like, I can usually listen to 2 earbuds and almost immediately tell which one I like better, but with these, I had to switch between them multiple times to come to that conclusion. And what I noticed is that the AirPods just have a very slight advantage with the clarity in the mids, but other than that, they sound very, very close. Like, the bass is almost identical, with maybe the Echo Buds even pulling ahead in that department, but like I've been saying in this section, they really do sound very similar. Which, just to be clear, is not necessarily a bad thing. I actually like the sound signature on the AirPods Pro, and with the Echo Buds, you get a very similar experience for a much smaller price tag. And I think that really leads us to the conclusion of this comparison. I've always seen the AirPods Pro as the jack of all trades and master of none, meaning that they don't necessarily have the best sound or the best fit, best battery life, or any of that, but they do all of those things well enough that overall, it's a really good earbud. And I feel like the Echo Buds Gen 2 fall into the same category and execute it about 99% as well, while being significantly cheaper. And honestly, after the Echo Buds Gen 2 have come out, I find it very hard to recommend the AirPods Pro now. But that isn't to say that the AirPods don't have their merits either. Like, even though I just said I would recommend the Echo Buds over the AirPods Pro to most people, I personally am still going to be sticking with the AirPods Pro because the case is ever so slightly smaller and they are a little bit more comfortable. Those two things are extremely important to me in an earbud, so I'm willing to pay a little bit more for those. But not everybody is the same way, and you might not feel that way, so you can decide for yourself whether or not the advantages that I mentioned in this video make the AirPods Pro worth the extra price. Anyways, that's it for this one. Let me know in the comment section down below which one you're going for and why. Remember to smash that like button, and if you enjoy content like this, think about subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss anything. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!